Good morning and welcome to the morning after. We have a great show ahead of us, including some tips for going home with your family this Thanksgiving, so stay with us. Good morning and welcome back. I'm Kelly.
I'm Erica.
So this is Erica's first time hosting, so welcome.
Thank you.
So as you saw this week, Donald Trump was elected as president-elect. So how are the celebrities reacting?
The celebrities' reactions have definitely been mixed. I've seen, for example, Amanda Seyfried said she thinks we've hit rock bottom, while another celebrity, Jesse Williams, told people don't be afraid. So it's definitely very mixed.
Yeah. No, there's definitely been, from both sides. There are a lot of celebrities. They're typically celebrities that are living in very blue states, such as New York City, or California. They're out in LA. So a lot of celebrities have been overwhelmingly, shocked and very upset by the Trump election. There are some, though, that have been known for being pro-Trump. A lot of them have been on Celebrity Apprentice, so they know Trump, but some of our favorites here in TMA, Teresa Giudice, Caitlyn Jenner has been allegedly voted for Trump. It was said that she convinced Kim Kardashian, so we don't know which way they went, but that was what was reported. Tom Brady, his family is friends with Trump, but then some people on the other side, Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, have been very, very anti-Trump, very pro-Hillary. Katy Perry was literally dressed up as Hillary Clinton for Halloween. So reactions on both sides.
And I feel like the reactions, whether they're pro or anti-Trump, they're very, very to one side. We don't see too much that's in the middle. Something I saw from Madonna, she was very anti-Trump, but one of the things she said is, "We will fight on."
I think the only person I've seen a lot of reports on going back and forth where a lot of people were criticizing Gigi Hadid for her varying stances of being very pro-Hillary when she was voting, but then when Trump was elected, kind of telling everyone to unite. So a lot of messages of uniting, a lot of messages of trying to not let it divide us, and still don't lose friends over it, don't lose family members, just try to all kind of maybe move on. So a lot of messages of along those lines from the celebrities, especially in their tweets and social media. They've been very active.
The tweets are what I've seen mostly of, and I mean, a tweet is very short and there's only so much, but that's the main way I saw their reactions.
Yeah. So 140 characters, but we definitely got everyone's views on it. So all right, so we're gonna toss it now to entertainment with Brianna Andrews.
Hi guys, so everyone has seemed a little extra opinionated after this recent presidential election, but the CEO of Grubhub took it to a whole new level, so brace yourself because this tea is piping hot. CEO Matt Maloney sent a 300-word email to his employees that summed up if anyone was a Trump supporter in any way, shape, or form to please resign because his company has no tolerance for hate. So of course people agree, as others do not, but since the release of the email, Maloney has been facing some serious heat as a CEO. But in happier news, our current FLOTUS, also known as Michelle Obama, has recently teamed up with the actress Zendaya for Teen Vogue. This dangerous duo sent out an important message about worldwide education to girls. Zendaya had the opportunity to interview the First Lady about Let's Girls Learn, an organization created by the Obamas that helps teenage girls get a quality education and reach their full potential. You see, now that is what I call girl power. But as you know, it is not really an entertainment report if we do not mention the Kardashians. Recently, Rob Kardashian and his fiancée Blac Chyna gave birth to a healthy baby girl this week. We were all eager to find out what the name was, especially since we knew that it was definitely going to be unique. And voila, the baby's name is Dream Kardashian. Congratulations, Chyna and Rob. And that is it for this week's entertainment report. Stay tuned for next week to hear the latest. And back to you in the piazza.
All right, so Dream Kardashian, what are your thoughts on that?
First of all, I love babies. They're absolutely adorable. And Dream, it's a cute name, but the Kardashians seem to do this thing where they do out their names. But I saw her middle name was Renee, and Dream Renee Kardashian Sounds pretty.
I thought it was very. I mean, you're born a Kardashian. Like, you're never not going to be famous as child. So I feel like the Kardashians can get away with these like ridiculous and cute names because the childhood of these kids are not going to be like our childhood. You know, like if I was growing up with the name Dream, that would probably be a little odd. But they're not gonna have the same lives that we have. So I think it's acceptable.
They're definitely not going to have the normal life. Like they're not going to go to public schools and probably get a tutor or something.
Yeah, they're nannies. They're gonna paparazzi around them everywhere. They're gonna be followed the rest of their lives. So you might as well have a fun name to live up to, you know?
Yeah, like Dream is a very cute name. It's definitely very unique. I don't know anyone else who's named Dream.
Yeah, no, and I like that they're already posting pictures of her. They're already kind of sharing her to the world. They're not doing a lot of celebrities when they have a baby. They shield them off for like a year or so, and then they're like selling the pictures to the magazines and stuff. And I just think in 2016, like we have Snapchat, like it's okay. Like if you're a Kardashian, put your kid out to the world, you know? Like it's not like us like being out there, you know?
And like there's still people, like this is still their kid. It's not like, I don't know, it'd be like if any one of us had a kid, I don't know, me personally, I'd want to get the pictures out
you'd be
there.
sharing them. I had a cousin who had a baby recently. She was posting pictures, and people want to see your baby.
Yeah.
They want to see it. So I'm glad they're putting it out there, and I'm glad that we already have pictures. They're not waiting for like a big magazine cover or anything. I think it's a very smart move by the Kardashians. You know, like making us feel like we're like part of the birthing process.
And rather than like they just shield her away, like you said, and then we don't see any pictures until after a year. And I feel like at that point, people may have forgotten a little bit.
They don't care as much.
Yeah.
But they're keeping us on our toes and making us care, because now we're talking about it now. But the baby's already met Amber Rose, already met her half-brother King, who is also the child with Tyga. So we'll see. But did you see that they also did a mannequin challenge? We're going to get to that a little later in the show because we might have a TMA version. But did you see they did one in the hospital room?
That I did not see. Now I'm going to have to go look that up.
Check it out. It is crazy. All right, so back to the politics, but we're going to check in with John, who has some fun facts with us about our new president-elect, Donald Trump.
Good morning, everyone. Well, with the election come and gone, I thought it would be best to take a look at our new president-elect, Donald Trump. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, to Fred and Mary Trump in Jamaica, Queens, in New York City. A graduate of Wharton College, Trump began a career in real estate at his father's company, which focused on rental property for middle-class people in Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. After becoming president of the organization, he renamed it the Trump Organization and began work expanding his ventures outside of just real estate. His first major accomplishment with the company came in 1983 with the completion of Trump Tower, a 58-story skyscraper in Manhattan that holds the headquarters of the Trump Organization, Trump's personal penthouse condominium, and the set for the NBC television show The Apprentice, which Trump hosted from 2003 to 2015. As far as politics go, most are in agreement that Trump is a populist, but in terms of specifics, both parties and issues, he has a murky political career. As far back as 1988, he has suggested wanting to run for president. He has varied in political alliances most of his adult life, having at different times been a Democrat, Reform Party member, Independent, and Republican. Similarly, his stances on issues has changed at different times throughout his life. At the moment, he stands in favor of things such as capital punishment and medical marijuana, while being against Common Core education and foreign interventions. Issues he currently has unclear or changeable opinions on are minimum wage increases and the status of international free trade. Trump will take the oath of office on January 20th, 2017. That's all I have this week. Back to Erica and Kelly.
All right, thanks, John. So here we are with the weather for this week. It looks like it's going to stay warm throughout the week. It's going to be 61 today with a low of 42. And sunshine Tuesday, we're going to have some thunderstorms with a high of 52. Wednesday, partly cloudy skies with a high of 58. Thursday and Friday, both going to be sunny with 58 degrees on Thursday, 59 on Friday. Saturday and Sunday, a little bit more clouds, 58 degrees on Saturday, and some rain, and 50 degrees on Sunday. But we'll be back home, so we're going to take a quick commercial break and stick with us.
It's 9:30 Eastern, and you know what that means. Sports Pause is on the air.
Left ball played up the middle. Emmanuel with a little cheat off the pipe. Preseason just boils down to going after another national championship and not necessarily focusing on the one before. And
and Jade. It's time for our favorite part of the show. It's the top 5 plays of the week, brought to you by B&D Deli, home of the Q-Dog.
Let's talk about the first play you want to break down.
Yeah, let's break it down right away.
But the one name I'm going to throw out there is a freshman, Mika Maples.
Coming up on hashtag that.
We are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
All right, welcome back. So last week until Thanksgiving, and then we head home. So obviously some tips for everyone as they head back to their families, especially after an election. That's big. Kind of a rough time. But so our tip number 1 for everyone is try to avoid political talk at the dinner table.
That can get very awkward
yeah.
if like your family members, for example, have a different view on what's going on than you, or even if just one person has a different view, it could be very awkward for that one
Create
person.
some tension. So if people decide they do want to get into politics, maybe wait and save it for dessert, or save it for after everyone's had some dinner. Maybe not right at the dinner table while you're eating. Try to make that like a fun time. You haven't had a home cooked meal in a while. So I don't know, that's my view. I feel like when it comes to political views, even if people are like egging you on, they're like, oh, you're a millennial and stuff, like what are your thoughts? It's gonna have to be like, I'm not changing your views, you're not changing mine that much, so I understand where you're coming from, but I don't know. But also people, they're gonna ask the funny questions like, what are you doing with your life? Are you getting internships? Do you have a job? Do you have a boyfriend? Like what are we, you have to kind of be ready with those answers, you know?
Especially the family that like isn't your immediate family. Anyone that's coming in for Thanksgiving or that you're going to go see for Thanksgiving, you're gonna get those constant questions of how's school going and all of that. And it can be a lot.
It can be a lot. I recommend maybe they sell shirts online that say, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, I don't have a job, and don't ask me about my relationship status. So I don't know, I think those shirts might be helpful. Just kind of like stick it to the man with your family.
I'm almost tempted to type up like an FAQ sheet for my family, just so I'm not answering the same question all the
like
time.
hand it out at everyone at dinner time. Like put it on, everyone gets like a placemat, and everyone gets like an FAQ on Erica, you know? Because I don't want to answer questions, especially being a senior. Oh my God, everyone's like, do you have a job? And I'm like, no, I don't have a job. So no one wants to hire me. It's not like a great time to come back to the family.
Another tip that I thought of was to actually relax. Like we're about to go into like the hectic 3-week period with finals and like all those projects due. And I feel like it'll just kind of be a nice little time to reset, like actually relax, catch up on any shows you may have.
Yeah, no, definitely take some time for you and to like binge and just to like be a couch potato, because I feel like at school we get so crazy and then we go to Thanksgiving and we're like, we have all this work we want to catch up and all this work we want to do, we want to be productive. We're so used to being in the mindset of being productive. Like give yourself a day or an afternoon at least and just kind of like do nothing.
Yeah, just relax. Especially if you're going to see a lot of your family, like don't be in a book the whole time. Actually spend time with them.
Oh, that's a good advice. All right, so we are going to toss it now to some more Thanksgiving tips with Eat This and Not That with Ariel.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ariel Sabo, and Thanksgiving is just around the corner. Is anyone else as excited as I am? This possibly could be the only holiday where stuffing your face with delicious turkey, tasty stuffing, and amazing mashed potatoes is socially acceptable. But for many, this holiday can mean eating tons of carbs, and that just doesn't fly for them. That is why on TMA, I'm going to be changing it up a bit and having an Eat This, Not That edition, just in time for Thanksgiving. The first food we're going to be talking about is everyone's favorite, turkey. Eat this, skinless turkey breast. By taking off the turkey's fatty skin, any unwanted fat would automatically be removed, so saving you some calories. White meat. Eat white meat for an extra lean bonus, although darker meat doesn't have that much added fat content. Not that. Butter and gravy. Turkey itself, usually the culprit, but the sauces that people put on it are not. Avoid them for a healthier meal. Next, we're going to be talking about gravy. Eat this. Pour gravy in a glass container and let it sit for a few minutes, which will be easier to remove the top fatty layer. Not that. Canned gravy. It's usually high in sodium and has a lot of fat content. Item number 3 are those yummy and delicious vegetables. Eat this. Raw veggies with no added sauce are always a healthier choice. Not that. Vegetables with butter. Don't put in too much butter on those veggies, too high in calories. One of my favorites we are going to be talking about now is bread and stuffing. Eat this, bread rolls. Sadly, most rolls contain refined grains and are very detrimental to your diet. Have a piece of whole grain bread if possible. Stuffing, try only take little small portions of stuffing to save yourself from the high calories. But remember not to deprive yourself of its savory goodness. Not that. White bread rolls and stuffing made with mostly bread. Also, no added veggies or smothered in butter. Lastly, we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite, dessert. Eat this, pumpkin pie. While not the healthiest of the foods when it comes to desserts, pumpkin pie has the lowest calories at only 335 a slice. Also, pumpkin is an antioxidant that improves skin tone and improves your immune system. Not that. Other pies, such as apple or pecan, are too high in calorie. Each slice contains 400 to 500 calories per piece, so stick to those yummy pumpkins instead. Boy, after talking about all this food, I am sure I'm hungry now. Quinnipiac, I hope you enjoyed this special segment. Now let's get back into the piazza for more exciting news. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
All right, thanks, Ariel. Those are some great tips. So definitely looking for the dinner table. So back to the mannequin challenge, as we talked about. Obviously, Blac Chyna did one when she was in the hospital room, but have you seen any other ones?
One really cool one that I saw was all these gymnasts at a gym, and it looked like it was just middle of their training. And mannequin challenges, I don't know, I find them to be a little interesting just because it's like a 360 picture. But this one, like, there were people just in handstands, like mid jumps, and it was just really interesting.
Did you see the one with Michelle Obama and the I can't speak this morning, but that one was so cool with they just were like in the White House doing their thing. So I thought that one was neat.
That one I did not see. That's another one I'm gonna have to go look at.
Yeah. What else? The Late Late Show with James Corden. They did one. Paul McCartney. That one was funny because they play it to Black Beetle. So obviously he was a Beatle. It was back in the day. So I thought that one was funny. It was just like him and his piano, just like a all around. But I don't know. It's like catching on. It's only been a week, but I'm seeing them everywhere.
And I'm glad there's finally a challenge that isn't sending people to the hospital. Like there was the cinnamon challenge and the duct tape challenge. Finally, we have a safe challenge for people to do.
Finally, a safe challenge, a safe viral trend. Make viral trends safe again.
And I don't know about you, but when I first saw this, I thought it was a little creepy because like everyone's still, and you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, I heard about it. I heard about it last Thursday because I guess it's been really like high school kids were really into it. They've been doing it like in their classrooms and stuff, so that's like where it first caught on. And I guess there's different companies that are behind like these viral trends that we see as they put the music and they put the video up and stuff. So anyway, so I don't know, it's cool. But here at TMA we did our own version of the mannequin challenge. So we're gonna toss to that, and then after that we're gonna take a quick commercial break. So check it out.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken and cheese for just over $4. Giant cheesesteak subs and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
Coming up on Bobcat Breakdown.
Coming up on Bobcat Breakdown.
And welcome into Studio 125.
So what? So what?
If you score 40 points in a basketball game, we all know you play Quinnipiac intramurals. We all know you love to shoot the rock.
Well, if you think that's the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard, what I'm about to say, I guess, is going to be pretty ridiculous in your book. But I'm going to say yes, there is a controversy.
Line, getting ready to punch the ball as it lands right in front of another Monmouth player.
All this and more.
Coming up on the Q30 Newscast.
Coming up, coming up, coming up.
Coming up on hashtag that.
We are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
Looking for a new way to Snapchat? We're going to toss it now to Mike, who has your latest tech news.
Thanks, guys. Mike here with the latest tech news. And our first bit of news is gaming news. Last week, Nintendo released the NES Classic, a mini console that has retro video games pre-installed. The nostalgia-inducing game system plugs into your TV using an HDMI cable and has a reasonable price of $59.99. However, Nintendo can't seem to make enough of them, though, because within just hours of its launch, the NES Classic was sold out on major retailers such as Amazon and Best Buy. Nintendo has had problems in the past of not being able to keep up with the demand of its products, with the original Wii being another classic example. Moving on to some NASA news, last week NASA completed the James Webb Space Telescope, a technological feat that will replace the aging Hubble telescope. The James Webb is made of a 21-foot diameter mirror array and is able to collect 7 times more light than the Hubble. The new telescope costed $8.7 billion to make and will operate at about 1 million miles above the Earth's surface. NASA plans to use the new telescope to search for new planets that may be suitable for life, as well as to study new questions about the universe. The James Webb Telescope is scheduled to be launched into space in October 2018. Also, last week, Snapchat Incorporated, the company responsible for Snapchat, released a new product called Spectacles, which are sunglasses with a built-in camera that records 10-second videos with a push of a button. They sync with the user's phone for easy sharing. To release them to the public, the company set up a few custom vending machines called Snapbots around the world. Los Angeles was one of the first locations to receive the Snapbots. And the new wearable tech was sold out after a short period of time. If you really want a pair, however, they can be found on eBay for just under $1,000, which is a very large markup compared to the $130 one would pay if the spectacles were bought from a Snapbot. Well, that's all for the tech news I have this week. Back to you guys in the Piazza.
All right, thanks, Mike. So we'll definitely have to check out those spectacles. So speaking of spectacles, actually not really, but paparazzi, I guess, have been harassing Harry Styles' new, like, quote-unquote girlfriend, or like his alleged girlfriend, Prince Harry. So basically, he released this official statement, or like Kensington Palace did, saying how they like to respect her privacy and how he's always had a good relationship with the paparazzi and always felt support, so he would expect the same courtesy to be extended to her and all this. So I don't know, what are your thoughts on that?
I think like it's kind of sad that I feel like paparazzi, maybe even us sometimes, we forget that these celebrities, although they are celebrities, they're still people. They still like have a right to privacy and to just live their life. And I feel like paparazzi going to these people's doors just because they're celebrities or they're dating a celebrity, I think it's a little, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the line blurs a little bit. I mean, if you're going out there and you're dating Prince Harry, then I think you kind of open the door for a little bit more coverage and media at your doorstep. At the same time, there also has to be a balance where they need to understand that you can't be, you know, harassing and threatening someone constantly. And like be so over the top that a statement needs to be released reminding you how to be like normal paparazzi.
And like to be civil. And
yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. It's just so it's Meghan Markle, and she's an actress on Suits, so she's, I guess, back and forth from London. She's filming still, so I don't know. We'll have to see how this plays out. I don't know if it's gonna be one of those I don't know if it's like a forever thing or if it's just like a fling and now it's all of a sudden getting all this coverage, so we'll see. It's interesting though that they released a statement because that's very unlike Kensington Palace to, you know, speak out about something so personal, you know?
it really is. And something I found actually kind of sweet was Prince Harry says he wants to protect her, and he almost feels like he can't with this, but I think it's like really sweet that he wants to protect her, and that's part of the reason he released the statement.
Yeah, that's so cute. Oh, Prince Harry. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, we saw it with Kate when anything that had to do with Kate was covered. So I just think it kind of comes with the territory. But it's just unfortunate that it came so strong. You know?
Yeah. And I mean, there's like pros and cons to everything. Like, I'm not rich and famous. I don't have a ton of money, but I don't have paparazzi knocking on my door.
So I don't know. 0 to 100 probably real fast.
Yeah.
So. All right, well, we are going to toss it now to Vinny with a movie review. So, Vinny, what do you got for us?
Thanks, guys. I'm Vinny with your movie review. So we're now 8 years into the mega successful Marvel Cinematic Universe, which means movies like Doctor Strange can get made. Directed by Scott Derrickson, Doctor Strange tells the story of neurosurgeon Stephen Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, who ends up getting into a nasty car accident, leaving him severely injured. He then goes on a healing journey. Doctor Strange is, simply to put it, a blast, and the performances all around are pretty great, which you expect at this point in a Marvel movie. You know, they know how to cast their movies. What Strange does to differentiate itself from other Marvel flicks is how trippy the visuals are and how inventive it is with its action sequences. Another great thing about this movie is that it's just a ton of fun from start to finish. The world building that's going on in this film is also really impressive. You know, for something that's set in a universe that has so much, that's had so much already happen in it, the world building that's happening in Doctor Strange is able to introduce so much more to this grand world, and I cannot wait to see what happens in the future. So that's it for this review. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and back to you guys in the piazza.
All right, thanks so much for watching. Did you enjoy your first time hosting?
I really enjoyed this. I'm really glad I got to do it.
Well, you did a great job. So be sure to check out more Q30 content on Q30television.com and check us out not next week because we'll be on Thanksgiving break, but the week after we'll be back with more fun TMA stuff. So have a great week, everyone, and a happy Thanksgiving.